everyone, it's Kate from Wild Tales of, where we share about family travel and outdoor adventure. This year, our big adventure, actually this half of the year, our big adventure has been homeschooling, and we are really excited today. Why?
We get to open this package.
Because finally our homeschool materials have actually come. It took 6 weeks for our homeschool materials to come from Oak Meadow. Oh, what do you have there, Bergen? He was gonna call it a sand timer, but we actually used rice.
It's a rice timer.
So it's a rice timer actually that we just made.
9 seconds.
About 9 seconds. That we actually just made as part of one of his science lessons. We have been using the Oak Meadow curriculum for the past 6 weeks. They were kind enough to give us access to the digital version for those 6 weeks. So we were able to keep up with our studies, but I am so excited because it's going to be so much easier to actually have the physical books. We wanted to spend less time on screens rather than always referencing the lessons from an iPad. Okay, so in case you were interested in the Oak Meadow curriculum, here it is, unboxing the kindergarten third grade. And this is what it will look like. So Bergen's curriculum comes with several trade books, and they're classic trade books.
Charlotte's Web.
And one of them was back ordered, and that is The Little House on the Prairie. Charlotte's Web, Winnie the Pooh, The Wizard of Oz, Pippi Longstocking, which we actually, Georgia and I just read from the library, and Bergen is currently reading. The Velveteen Rabbit. Next up, is cooking class. Something I have loved so far is the encouragement to have the kids cooking, and this is just full of very
yummy.
Already looks very interactive,
Yummy.
engaging cookbook. There you go, buddy. This is what he's been waiting for, the cursive handwriting book. Are you so excited? Woodworking for kids. This makes me nervous. But it will be
Birdhouse.
Maybe Dad can learn how to do it.
There we go. And then, yes, Bergen has been learning the recorder, but now we have the book, so I think that's going to be a lot easier to stick to our lessons. Folk Tales resource book for 3rd grade. Then the course book is right here. Okay, so that was 3rd grade, and now we're going to go on to
Kindergarten.
Awesome.
It's in its own box. So this is 2 things. So it's the enrichment package, which is for all K to 3. So it comes with this book, Heart of Learning, Circle Time Songs, which I'm very happy about. It'll be a lot easier to have an accompaniment with me. And there's Guide to Teaching the Early Grades, so just more material to help you be a better teacher. And then these are, I've been really looking forward to this because it's been harder to incorporate this just from using the computer. Is it Healthy Living from the Start? So these are health lessons. Crafts. We've done some of these, but it's going to be really nice to have the actual book. Okay, and then here's the kindergarten curriculum. So here's the kindergarten resource book, the course book, and that's it. Hey there, it's a few days later from our unboxing, and I just wanted to show you a little bit of the process of how we step through a lesson in the Oak Meadow curriculum, which lasts a week, and how I break down the week-long lesson into our 5-day school week. So I thought I'd just show the 3rd grade curriculum as an example. That's what Bergen is going through right now. So he's on lesson 6, as well as Georgia is for kindergarten. And so again, a lesson is a week's worth of assignments and activities. And so it's broken down by subject, and then it'll have the assignments within that subject. So we've got language arts, and it's nice here because it kind of breaks down any materials you might need to set aside. So we've got language arts, social studies, math, science, and arts and crafts, and music and health. So I use the course book obviously as a guide, and I try to fit in most or all of the activities into a week. So I sit down on the weekend, and then I break down all of those assignments into our 5-day school week. So I'm just using this teacher planner from Happy Planner. This is the first time I've ever used this style. And And so this is Georgia's side, and so she's got 3 columns, and it works out because her curriculum is not as demanding as 3rd grade. And Bergen has 4 columns, so I've got a column for language arts, math, science, or social studies. So we usually just do one of those on whatever day it happens to be. So I kind of break it down there, and then other happens to be, then I'm filling in music, health, arts and crafts, just all the other subjects in there. And so then I take the assignments here and then kind of just plug in what works best, thinking about how our week looks, and then just trying to space things out. I thought it would be fun to share some of the things we're doing this week. Maybe when we're further along, I'll go through a whole week or even a whole day. But right now that just seems overwhelming, and it also seems like it might just make for a boring video. I don't know. But if you are interested in that sort of thing, you can let me know. So in social studies, Bergen read a creation story told by the Cherokee Indians. And so one of the extension activities after reading that and processing that and doing some reading comprehension and doing some writing, we made corn husk dolls. And we actually happened to have tamales this week, so we had the corn husks from that. So that kind of worked out well. I am not very crafty, but this is what we came up with, and we just used different things that we had around the house. And this one is Georgia's, this one is Bergen's. Another thing that he's working on that was ongoing this week is a little science experiment where he needed to put the same amount of water into three containers, 1 jar with a lid, 1 jar without a lid, and then a shallow container. So his assignment was just to study and observe every day and see what happened to the water in each of the containers. And he also made a prediction for which container he thought the water would evaporate first in, or evaporate the quickest. Another thing that's encouraged in the Oak Meadow curriculum is cooking, which I think is really awesome because I think it's so important. I was just talking to a friend of George's grandma yesterday. We were talking about all the things that come from cooking. You've got math with the measuring, you've got science, and reading, obviously, reading that different type of language that's different from reading a storybook, that procedural language, which is really important when kids are trying to learn new skills. And then we even came up with the social studies aspect that a lot of times you're cooking or baking for other people, and then it's kind of an act of service. So anyway, Bergen yesterday made these pinwheel sandwiches / tortillas that were a lot of fun to make, and then right now he is working on some lemon squares. Here's his crust. I had to steal the oven because for my homeschooling, I guess I just was making some bread. So he's got to bake the crust here, and then he's got the filling here. So we'll be baking them a little later. So right now we are headed to the library to pick up books. Unfortunately, we can't go inside the library, but we have an appointment to pick up our books that we put on hold. And that's always really exciting, right? So we're back from the library and thought it would be fun to show the books that we got. So we have the Read Aloud family, making meaningful and lasting connections with your kids. So I thought it would be fun to brush up on reading aloud since we're doing so much for homeschool. You probably don't know this about me, but I actually have my master's in literacy. So I do know quite a bit about reading, but this book is fairly recent, so I thought it would be good to brush up and just get a different perspective. We have a request from Bergen, Dog Man, A Tale of Two Kitties. This one, this series, a friend recommended, and Bergen has read a couple of them. Nathan Hale's Hazardous Tales. This one's about the Donner Party, which is pretty neat because we have family. My brother lives in Truckee, California, where the Donner Party had their epic snowstorm and all that. And so it's a graphic novel, but it's historical. So obviously a little bit different reading level than Dog Man. Okay, then I got a couple of these Dave Pelkey books that I thought would be good for Georgia.
I could read them.
And Bergen could read to Georgia too.
Love Dave Pelkey.
All the Berenstain Bears that came in. Weekend at Grandma's, Thanksgiving all around. This one seems really new, and Georgia was noticing it has flaps. Very exciting. Messy Room. This is one of my classic favorites. Junk food. Too much junk food. Go Green. All right. Then I was doing some research on kids who like Dave Pelkey, and this author came up, Dan Santat. So we have Are We There Yet? So I'm thinking he is a humorous writer. Looks like it. And it looks like there's like speech bubbles, more of the graphic type format. This is another one by him. After the Fall, How Humpty Dumpty Got Back Up Again. That sounds funny. And then this one is Children of the Forest. I can't remember who recommended this, but oh, I know, I just read a homeschool book, Call of the Wild and Free by Ainsley Arment. Here it is. Call of the Wild and Free, Reclaiming Wonder in Your Child's Education. Again, I thought that would be a great book to just learn more about homeschooling, since that's what we're doing for the foreseeable future. One day at a time over here. Anyway, she had a bunch of books that she recommended that were nature-based. That's where this came in. Children of the Forest. And Georgia says she's read it before. So maybe she read it at forest school last year.
No, I didn't.
You didn't?
I read it with you.
Really? We got it before? Oh, well, there you go. Cool. Hey there. Next day again, we are out on a little field trip, so I thought I would share how we're connecting that to our homeschool to end the week. So as part of Georgia's lessons, she's been learning all about the letter E this week. And then the way that they've connected the letter E to their learning is that E is for ears. So we read one of the Beatrix Potter books and that was also connected to ears. And so we were able to make an E and then create a rabbit out of the E. So making ears out of the E. And so then that got us thinking more about animals, and of course it was supported by the curriculum. It got thinking more about learning about animals' ears, and then taking that to practice that art of noticing things. And so they also suggested that we visit a farm or a zoo. We had gone to the zoo last week. You can watch that video. I'll link it here. So anyway, so we are here at Kelsey Creek Farm, and we are going to notice all the ears on the animals that are here. So what are those horse ears like, Georgia?
Kind of medium size.
Mm-hmm. What's their shape?
Triangle.
They go kind of triangular, and do they go to up, down, or to the side? Mm-hmm. Why do pigs lay in the mud? It cools them down and prevents sunburn. What's her name? Dixie. Hard to get a picture of her on the there. Maybe you can see her there. She's like in that heat lamp. So this goat's ears are lower than a horse, and are they triangular, Georgia? Not triangular, but more what?
Rounded.
Rounded. Mm-hmm. Georgia, do they stick up or go to the side? They still stick up, but they do go a little bit to the side. Do the bunny ears stick up?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, those do. Do all bunny ears stick up?
No.
No, some of them are floppy. And are those pointy or rounded?
Kind of rounded.
Kind of rounded, like the goat.
That ears are low, like this.
Those ears are low? Mm-hmm. They're almost straight out to the side, aren't they? And what color are they?
Black.
Are they pointy or rounded?
Pointy.
A little pointy. But are they as pointy as a horse? No.
There it is. We gotta get the goatee. pig, bunny, chicken, goat, sheep, last but not least, a cat.
Hold on. So those were the animals that you saw. And let's think about their ears. Who had the pointiest ears? Georgia, the horse. Who had ears that went sideways?
Go.
A goat. What else?
Sheep.
The sheep really had sideways ears. Who had long rounded ears? Long rounded ears that pointed straight up.
Bunny.
The bunny. That was Spalding, the bunny.
My favorite animal, Dad.
Who had the best ears?
Bunny.
You like the bunny ears? Yeah. Classic.
Black.
I like the horse's ears. Do you remember the horse's name? Gus.
Yeah.
I like Gus's ears. They were nice and pointy and triangular. Okay, favorite animal. Fine.
My favorite animal was the bunny since it was too cute.
And Bergen,
Goat.
the bearded goat named Farah.
And the cat.
Oh, and the cat named Jackson. Bergen walked 21 divided by 7 steps.
That's 3. Mother may I.
Yes.
1, 2, 1 it.
Yeah! You made it. It's not a competition.
What?
Georgia, hop 3 times.
Oh,
Yes!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You made it. I don't remember playing Mother May I. It sounds really familiar, but I don't remember playing it as a kid. So that was another fun game that I've learned from our homeschool curriculum. And
it's fun too.
I just realized that I could add in some math problems there for Bergen. And then the big thing, it was suggested for kindergartners to help them learn left and right. You're adding in commands like take 3 steps to the left, 3 steps to the right, and then they are having to figure that out in a fun way. But anyway, our time is ending here at Kelsey Creek Farm. Thanks for joining us for the tidbits of our homeschool this week. And we hope you're staying happy and healthy. And we hope you are getting out and having some brave, wild adventures. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.